Coach, I haven't got to talk to you since we talked right before the Celebration Bowl, so we got to go back for just a second.
Yeah.
I saw your emotions on the sideline, man. And because I was there, you and TC embraced. Talk about that feeling when the clock hit 0, you looked up, final score, Jackson State blowout win. The emotions, man, because you've talked about it. Got on the bus. It was just you and TC. You knew you had a big rebuild. You guys brought in a lot of players year one. For the process to almost kind of reach its pinnacle, what was that feeling like for you?
Man, it was surreal. It was surreal in the moment. I'm gonna tell you this, Zach. I didn't know how to express myself in that moment. I just had to hug my brother. We didn't say anything. Just the culmination of a lot of hard work over not just the last year or two. I mean, over 5-6 years we've been together, and we had a plan that we had been working since 2019, and that plan took several detours, and we felt like we had got to that point where we did it. But in that same moment, we knew it was just starting. So it was surreal, man, and the work was just beginning for us.
When you look at this year's team, there's been a lot of talk in the media about this year's team being better than last year's Celebration Bowl team. How in which ways do you think this team could be better? Where do you feel more comfortable with this team compared to where you felt more comfortable with last year's team at this same point in time?
I think this team, one thing we was just talking about yesterday, this is the first time in the last 6 or 7 years that Jack State has had a strength and conditioning program that has gone over 1 year. Right? We kept switching out strength and conditioning coaches. So Coach Watson has been there 3 years now, and you can tell with our bodies, with our kids out there changing, that's playing dividends for us, right? The other thing is just being in a system for a long period of time, right? So you got a defensive coordinator that's returning, you got an offensive coordinator returning, so those things are in place, and so we're excited about all that. But when you put all that in a package, we got better athletes too. We feel like we upgraded on the guys that left, and we love them to death. But we feel like they allowed us to go get better athletes because of the way they played, and players know they can come to Jackson State and succeed still. So we got better athletes, but ultimately we can't say this team is going to be better until December, right? They got to go out here and improve it game by game, and that's what we're telling them. The expectations are high, and we don't want to oversell this team, but we also know that we want those expectations to be high because that's what we live for in Jackson.
When you look at JaCobian's development, there were times last year you guys had kind of a quarterback rotation. He gets banged up against Southern, but it seems like anytime you doubt him, he comes back with a performance like the Celebration Bowl, wins MVP. His development this offseason, what have you, Coach TC, quarterback coaches, wanted to see out of JaCobian as he goes into this year with All-American, All-Conference expectations?
Yeah, his nickname is the General. And so we wanted to see more of the general come out, right? More of leadership skills off the field, really just taking this as his team. He's the best quarterback in the conference, and he needs to act like it. And that means, Saturday mornings when the team is off, how about you get the boys together and get some work in? And so we're seeing those things. He's doing the work individually to get better. So we're excited for him, but we also want to limit the amount of pressure he puts on himself. We want him to understand that you're driving a Bugatti, right? And you just need to keep it in between the lanes.
When you look at running back, obviously Irv off to the NFL, probably going to make a roster. How impressive you've been with the new guys you have in that room, along with some of the returners who may have missed, last season due to injury, and also just could have grown up from freshman year to sophomore year.
One of the best running back rooms in the FCS. I'll give it top 5, to be honest with you. You're talking about a walk-on, Amari Matthews, who played valuable snaps for us, right? But you got guys returning like Ahmad Miller. You got Nate Blunt, who was a 3-star running back out of high school. He's looking amazing right now. And then you got a JUCO All-American that transferred in, and Denario Davenport, who's Coach TC's nephew. A lot of people don't know that, but man, we got some dudes in that room. And then not to forget, the number 0. Right? He's special, and he's been working his tail off. So we have a slew of guys in that room that can get the job done, and they can get it done multiple ways. Coach Gallen, our running back coach, does a good job of just assessing what they do well and putting them in good positions to succeed.
Which position group did you and the coaching staff feel like needed to take the biggest step forward after spring practice? From summer workouts to fall camp, which position group did you feel like to put pressure on to improve going into 2025?
Our linebacker room. That first couple of guys we have are really talented, and really the room is talented, but we lost a lot in the linebacker room. And so we lost a lot of older guys. And so we did replace them with some really good talent, but we have to kind of put the gotta put the boosters on them to kind of come on with it, right? And so coming out of the spring, that was the biggest thing. We lost our linebacker coach, Coach Orr, to the NFL, and that's another thing. You can come and coach at Jackson State and go and reach your dreams, right? And so we lost him to the NFL. We got Coach Justin Sanders, who's from Charlotte, who's doing a phenomenal job with the linebackers. But that was the room, and we see it coming together now.
Who are one or two breakout players that you've seen mature the most from spring to this upcoming season?
That's a good one, man. Well, I'll tell you, Nate Blunt is one of the ones that stick out of my mind, first and foremost. The body has changed. His work ethic has always been through the roof. But now he understands the game of football in a way that he hadn't, and so he's playing it in a much faster way. He's physical. He reminds a lot of the Jacksonians. We had a running back in the day named Carlos Knight. They call him Night Train. I think he reminds those fans of him. But that's the guy I would say the most. And then we got some guys on defense. I would say Tymon Wells, interior D lineman. He's taking another step. We had some guys we lost like True Thompson, and I think he's going to do a phenomenal job in replacing that.
When you look at the MEAC, I know you don't care, and the goal is the Celebration Bowl. Is there a team you prefer to see in Atlanta?
It's 6 teams in the MEAC, right?
Yes.
Pick one.
Any of them, right?
That's it.
Hey, Coach, the last question. You brought him here today, Jeremiah Williams. He's already got, the promotion for JaCobian is ongoing, right? But Jeremiah's already there. All-American last year, was just a preseason All-American last week. Ours drops to 28. No shock here, he's going to be on ours as well. How special is he, and where's his ceiling? Because last year was good, the year before was good. How high can he really go?
I think he's going to have a phenomenal year. He's done a great job just improving his body this offseason, and then his maturity. He's had some really good D-line coaches over the years at Jackson State, and that hadn't changed with Coach Jackson. And I think the biggest thing with Jeremiah that we're seeing with him, a calmness to his game. He knows what's going on. And, with defensive linemen, a lot of times you see they're just trying to get to the quarterback, just get to the backfield, right? But those that really understand what the attack is down and distance-wise, that's kind of the realm he's in now. Those D linemen that understand that, they can play at a higher level. So we're excited about Jeremiah. And I want to say this, Jeremiah has the opportunity to lead Jackson State as the all-time winningest Jackson State football player, and that is amazing.